What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Friday. Finally, freaking Friday. Happy Friday to you and yours. You know, we talked about we got to do so many recruiting shows because this stuff is just popping off every day, every night. This has been a crazy, crazy week, but we love it, right? Who's next? Who committed? All right, who's next? So, I'm going to jump right into it. It's April 7th, by the way, 2023. Who cares? I'm Joe from the Buckeye Cast. Who cares? Tell us who's next. Recruiting updates. Mylan Graham committed Tuesday night, I think it was. Did the Breaking Booms episode. So go back and check that out if you like more information on Mylan Graham. That guy is fast. You talk about exploding off the line of scrimmage. Good luck trying to check him. So we got the big commitment week. Hopefully more to come. We got stay tuned here. Going to have more breaking booms, I think. Saturday, you got the Aaron Nolan commitment this Saturday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Rando time. I know it. Don't ask me why. So we know it's top 7, a mixed bag, you might say. Emphasis on the word bag. You got Texas A&M and Miami. Obviously, the rumors are they're trying to do everything they can, throwing cash bags everywhere, and they're going to try and prevent him from going to Ohio State. But we still have crystal balls, future casts, all that bullshit coming in for Aaron Nolan to Columbus. So let's see what happens Saturday night. I'll have an episode of breaking news if he does commit to the Buckeyes. Today, let's talk about, we're going to talk about who visited last week, who visited this week, some big names. Then we're going to run through our visitors list. We have a bunch of official visits coming up in June mostly. So let's talk about, we're going to talk about defensive backs a lot. So let's get right into it. The two stud defensive backs I want to talk about, Bryce West and Aaron Scott, obviously from the Buckeye State. These guys were visiting this week on Monday, and I believe, West came back and visited on Tuesday as well. So he was there for a 2-day. Aaron Scott just for the one on Monday. These guys are visiting other schools though, like USC, Oregon, Michigan, Tennessee. Bryce West very much visiting Michigan. Not a big fan, obviously, but don't expect a decision date anytime soon. You're going to have Tim Walton's doing a great job. He set these guys as a high priority early on. And so props to him. He's making waves, not just with these guys, but some other guys we'll talk about in a sec. But Buckeyes are, I believe, in the lead for both of these two, West and Scott. So see how things play out. I'll talk about these guys in their official visits here at the end when I run through the list. Next guy up, another defensive back, happens to be the number 1 corner in the country, Charles Lester III, Chucky 3 Sticks. Linked to Florida State, whatever. But he's also interested in Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama. That sounds a little bit more reasonable than Florida State, if I were to just guess. He's from Sarasota, Florida. Lester and his family came up to Columbus, spent 2 days in Columbus. Does have an official visit in June. I'll touch on that at the end when I run through the list. He said that, quote, Tim Walton's just a great dude. He keeps solid with me. Plus the dudes he's coached before, a lot of dude talk. Continuing, help produce more before, like Jalen Ramsey, and said he's one of the best, if not the best coach he's ever had. That means a lot. He let me know how many defensive backs they want to take in the class. It's important to me because I want to know where I stand and that they want me to be one of those guys. I know his personal opinion about me, and he's not hiding anything. So this is going to be the challenge, though. He's a self-proclaimed homebody. Getting him away from Sarasota, Florida, up to Columbus, it's going to be tough. Not impossible, but tough. We'll see. All right. I'll keep you posted there. Corner, Xavier Brown. He has worked, Ohio State's really worked hard to crack that USC wall that they have around Mater Dei out in Santa Ana, California. Mater Dei High School, obviously. It's a huge USC, homer school, but Buckeyes are still yet to crack that. But this is another one. This is a real shot, though. I feel really good about this one. He's a number 7 ranked corner. He's a 4-star, Xavier Brown, 6'1", 190. He's got the length and some poundage. Got to have length and poundage. We all know these things. He included the Buckeyes in his Final Four 3 weeks ago before he even visited Columbus. He visited last weekend for the first time. Trip was so good. It went so well. The Buckeyes crushed it so well that he and his mom are coming back already before the spring game. That's 2 visits from California in less than 2 weeks. Seems like a big deal. Call me crazy. Okay, crazy. Too late. So he's not about recruiting drama and the games that most kids like to play, but quote from him, he said, I make all my decisions on a personal level. I'm a personal guy. My decision will be made with tunnel vision. I feel like it'll come to me when the time is right. When it's right, I'll know. He's also interested in Bama, USC, and Oregon. So 2, east of the Mississippi schools, 2 West Coast schools. We'll see how things play out. But the 2 visits with his mom in less than 2 weeks is huge. Marcellus Wallace did not make the trip to Columbus. Marcellus Williams. I was really looking forward to saying that a lot. I said his flight got canceled the morning he was supposed to leave. He's the country's number 9 ranked corner, 6', 190, length and poundage. He said, quote, Ohio State has always been like my dream school. So I just wanted to see if the coaches and I can get a relationship going and see if it's a fit for me. So we'll just have to wait and see if he reschedules. Nothing on the books that I'm aware of right now. So I'll keep you posted there. DN, I really want to talk about 4-star Marquise. Watch Marquise, y'all, as I get loose. Marquise Lightfoot, noted 70s R&B singer. Also a 4-star prospect from Illinois, 6'5", 215, said he was blown away by what he saw on the practice field at last Saturday's scrimmage. Quote from him, I've got a few quotes here, actually. He said, I thought my Ohio State visit was perfect. Larry Johnson, I truly believe he's not just selling me a dream. I have no doubt that if I go down there and put in the work, then I'll no doubt become one of his projects that he's worked on, like Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa. He said that he and Coach Johnson communicate 3 or 4 times a week. He also said that, quote, we keep in touch a lot. He's very open about how much I'm a priority to him. He said that he likes how I'm versatile and have a relentless motor. He likes his defensive ends long and big, length and poundage. That's the theme for today. He also likes a rawness to me. He says that it leaves a little room for him to coach and be open about who he wants to be on the field. Lightfoot said when he was watching the scrimmage that the defensive ends were intense. You can tell they've all been coached by Coach Johnson. That was his first visit since getting an offer back in January. Coach Johnson, he likes to, I wouldn't say slow play, but he likes to get in a little later on defensive ends and defensive linemen and in general. He also said, Mr. Lightfoot also said, every time Ohio State plays Michigan, I always root for Ohio State. They were just always my team when I was younger. All of my coaches that have coached me were Ohio State fans too, so I grew up around that culture. He talks about his strongest on-field attribute. He said that, quote, my relentless motor to the ball. When you watch my film, you always see me chasing after the ball carrier, making tackles on the other side of the hash. That's really what stands out when you watch my film. So he's considering coming back for the spring game and possibly a game in the fall. Buckeyes also probably get an official visit. So he said he does want to make a decision before the start of his senior year. So keep you posted there. A couple receivers here. Jeremiah McClellan. I think this guy is if he decides soon, he will be a Buckeye. If he puts it off, there might not be a spot for him. But anyways, 4-star out of St. Louis, Jeremiah McClellan. He put out a top 12 this week. Ohio State, LSU, Missouri, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Georgia, Michigan, Oregon, Tennessee, Notre Dame, and Florida. Was that 12? I can't count that many. He visited Ohio State last week, and momentum certainly is in Ohio State's favorite this time. So do have a crystal ball in for him too, the Buckeyes. Another receiver, Terrence Moore out of Tampa, Florida, right across the bay from me. It's the Buckeyes in his top 13. So going up to you, Mr. McClellan. So his top 13 is Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Texas A&M, LSU, Florida, Auburn, Penn State, Colorado, Tennessee, USC, Miami, and Pittsburgh. Number 36 ranked receiver in the country. What else here? Oh, so I wanted to give you my predictions for this class on the defensive side of the ball, which is in a huge lopsided favor of the offense, if anybody is keeping score. Still an issue for me, the imbalance in this roster in general, and not just in the recruiting side, but the entire roster right now, heavily weighted to the offense's favor. Doesn't have to be 50-50, but we got to even shit out here at some point, right? So these are my defensive backs who I think is in this class. I think you got Bryce West, Aaron Scott in. Xavier Brown, that second visit in less than 2 weeks is huge with his mom coming. Miles Lockhart out of Arizona. He's coming to visit April 10th. That's coming up. He's in. Reggie Powers, the safety from Circleville. He's in. Now, the wild card here that we really, really need is KJ Bolden. We got to get this 5-star safety, one of the top players in the country. We need to land a 5-star safety. It's been a long freaking time. Yeah. Can you say Von Bell? Jeez. All right. So that's who I think is in so far. Maybe one more, maybe one less. I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, like I mentioned, here's our list. April 10th, Arizona corner, Miles Lockhart in. April 14th and 15th for the spring game, a week from Saturday. Ohio running back Sam Williams-Dixon, Maryland running back Dwan Williams, Florida wide receiver and Ohio State commit Jeremiah Smith, Ohio tight end Demarion Witten, Indiana tackle Ian Moore, Ohio State commit, Ohio O-lineman Mark Nave, also Ohio State commit, North Carolina offensive tackle David Sanders, Ohio offensive tackle Mercer Lanuski, Maryland offensive tackle Ryan Howerton, Ohio O-lineman Charlton Lanuski. That's another Lanuski. These guys got to be related, right? They're both 24s. They got to be another set of twins. I got to look into that. Somebody write that down. Florida defensive tackle Jaden Jackson, Mississippi defensive end Kamarion Franklin, Mississippi outside linebacker Jamonta Waller, Maryland corner Ife Obaduku, Texas safety Corian Gibson. And here's our official visits for June. We have Maryland defensive end. Oh, this is the 16th to the 18th. Maryland defensive end Dylan Stewart, Georgia defensive end King Joseph Edwards, Georgia linebacker Sammy Brown, Arizona corner Miles Lockhart, Florida corner Charles Lester III, Georgia safety KJ Bolden, Tennessee athlete Boo Carter, and then June 23rd to the 25th, you got Texas running back James Peoples, Buckeye commit, offensive lineman, defensive. No, that doesn't make sense. I believe that's Illinois defensive tackle Justin Scott, and then Maryland outside linebacker Jalen Harvey. That's it. That's the list. Hope you enjoyed that. Keep it locked in here. Please subscribe and keep you posted on the Aaron Nolan stuff. All right. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.